When Illumination Entertainment released their first animated feature film, Despicable Me, way back in 2010, no one realized how a film about a retired supervillain raising a family would become such a major film franchise. It even made history when their spin-off movie, Minions, became the first animated film outside of Disney to surpass $1 billion at the box office. But while the franchise has helped make Illumination one of the biggest names of animation studios alongside Disney and Pixar, they have also been trying to build other franchises, such as making animated films based on the works of Dr. Seuss. And while the Lorax managed to be somewhat profitable, I say it's off to a pretty good start. But anyways, the studio has recently broken new grounds yet again with the release of their latest film, The Secret Life of Pets. Set in New York City, it tells a story about a pooch named Max having his habitat invaded by a huge mutt named Duke.
This could only be the work of a dangerous stray who hasn't laid down a foundation of trust. You're the new dog. And hey, Duke, what'd you go and do this for?
After a failed attempt to get rid of him, both Max and Duke got themselves lost in the Big Apple. And with the help of their furry and feathered friends, they'll all have to work together to go back home. Now, for the record, I just want to get this point out of the way. Just because this plot shares the similarities of Toy Story doesn't necessarily mean it's a ripoff. As a lover of animation, I can personally tell the difference between how a film like this probably took some inspiration from a classic film as opposed to a cheesy direct-to-video garbage that was obviously made on a very shoestring budget by an overseas studio. Making an original movie or even a book that's fresh and innovative is becoming a lot harder to do nowadays, especially now that there are critics that often complain about certain stories, which in this case is about a bunch of characters getting lost and finding a way to get back home, has been done time and time again with little to no effort. I always believe that if a movie or even a book puts in a lot of effort with both its execution and visuals, the project can still be adored by people who will come and see it. So in the case of The Secret Life of Pets, I personally find the story well crafted, mainly how it was executed by three things. First, the journey. The people at Illumination have really captured the look and feel of New York City, more so than in the first Madagascar film. Right from how they opened the movie by giving a bird's eye swoop throughout the city, and many places Max, Duke, and the rest of the gang traveled from the park, the sewers, the Brooklyn Bridge, to even a sausage factory. Every corner is ever so beautifully portrayed.
Derek, you idiot! Did they all get away?
Phew! That was a close one! Oh, nuts.
Second, the humor. There were so many moments that got me giggling from all the zany slapstick, and even some of the banter between the characters was pretty clever as well. Even the music score by Alexandre Desplat has moments where it synchronizes the gags in action. And finally, there's the most important aspect of the movie, the characters. Man, there were so many dogs, cats, birds, and such in this film, yet they were all so likable and memorable, and some of which have a unique charm to him. For example, I thought Duke was going to be this big dumb screw-up character. However, after watching this movie, he's not really as stupid as he looks. If I have to choose which ones are my favorites, they include Tiberius, a red-tailed hawk who has trouble controlling his hunter instincts, surprisingly voiced by Alfred Brooks. Yes, the same actor who voiced Marlin from the Finding Nemo films. Lake Bell as the sarcastic fat cat Chloe, who I swear she's like a female equivalent to Garfield.
Katie brought home a new dog from the pound. She said he's my brother. I don't want a brother, and I don't even have a bed now. I'm sleeping on the floor like a dog. Why would Katie do this to me?
Because she's a dog person, Max, and dog people do weird, inexplicable things, like they get dogs instead of cats.
Okay, please don't start now, Chloe. That is not helping.
Max, come on, I'm your friend. Okay, and as your friend, I gotta be honest with you, I don't care about you or your problems.
Odie, you know what she's doing? Me.
Dana Carvey from Wayne's World as the paralyzed basset hound Pops, and of course the psychopathic little bunny rabbit Snowball, played by Kevin Hart.
Where? There. What, behind the rabbit? It is the rabbit. You silly sod! Oh, you got us all worked up!
I saw my arm and I was so scared.
Look, that rabbit's got a vicious streak a mile wide. It's a killer. Look.
I've done it again.
Shut it, human!
The Secret Life of Pets is a fun and enjoyable movie to be seen in theaters, thanks to beautiful animation, wonderful characters, and brilliant humor. And considering how it made a gigantic opening weekend in the US, there are plans of a ride based on this film at Universal theme parks, and even a sequel coming out in 2018. I think it's safe to say that Despicable Me isn't going to be the only flagship franchise for Illumination Entertainment. Oh, and speaking of Despicable Me, don't forget to check out the Minions short in front of the film where they do a bit of yard work. Trust me, it's more hilarious than it sounds. This is one film experience to own on Blu-ray or digital, after watching it in theaters, of course.